So in Share Some Kindness, Bring Some Light, Coco and Bear try to make friends by bringing gifts. And at first, how does the rabbit feel about it? Is he pretty freaked out? Yeah, he's pretty freaked out. He's like, why are you bringing me presents? But by the end, how does he feel about it?
Happy.
Yeah, he's happy to be their friend. So we're going to draw a picture of a rabbit from the book that's happy to be their friend. And we have a couple colors today. We have a light brown and a dark brown. And sometimes you want to check your colors before you use them because the crayons don't turn out exactly like you think sometimes, right? Does that ever happen to you?
No.
Doesn't? That's good. That happens to me all the time.
Except for the red.
Except for the red. So I have a red. It doesn't matter what kind of red. You can just test it and see if that's the color you want. I have a red and a pink. I have a black. Do you ever use the black and then you find out that it was actually a blue? Yeah, that happens to me too. Then we do have a light blue and then a darker blue. And I have an orange and a yellow. And then I have a Sharpie. And Ruby's going to use a Sharpie too, but you can use a marker or a pencil or a crayon when we get to that part if you don't want to use a Sharpie. Okay, so when you draw, you want to do the biggest shape first so that you put it in the right spot on your paper, right?
Okay.
So what do you think the biggest shape of that rabbit is?
The ears.
His ears are really big, right?
Yeah.
It might be easier if we have something to connect them to. So should we do the head first? Okay. So we're going to pick up the light brown, and your crayons are right here, sweetie. So we're going to pick up the light brown, and we want to leave space for his really, really tall ears. So like put your hand right here. You're going to draw underneath your hand. You can move it once you have your hand there. Sorry, it might feel a little awkward. But I wanted to make sure you don't draw his head up here because then his ears will go off the paper, which is fine. You can just have a rabbit who is cropped different, right? Yeah. So I'm going to go right in the middle of my page and draw a little circle. And you can move your hand, sweetheart. You don't have to keep it there. So draw a little circle. And is that a perfect circle that I drew?
No.
No, it's super sketchy. I'm going to open it back up to the page. And we're drawing them in this light color in light lines so that if we decide we want to change something, we can. Okay, so that's really, really rough. That's perfect. And then we're going to draw right here, just like a blob shape that's connected. That's such a good blob, Ruby. And now let's draw his ears. And they're just going to be really light, so that we can change them later if we want to. And my ears are going to go really high, just like that. And I'm going at the top of his head, not right in the middle. I'm doing one over that way and one over that way. Very cute, Ruby. And then right here, actually before we do that detail, we're going to have this rabbit holding a heart. So I want you to take your light pink, and the heart's going to be kind of over on this left side here. So I want you to kind of go on the left side of him and draw a heart that's about this big that he's going to be holding. It's okay if it's not perfect. Oh, that's a great heart. Okay, now we can pick up our light brown again. And we're going to do two little circles kind of near the bottom, here and here. Very good. Okay, so his nose, we're actually going to make pretty low down, and it's just going to be a little smiley face line right here. Do you see how I did pretty far down? Nice. And then under his nose, his mouth is going to connect just like that. It's like two smiley face lines right next to each other. And then I'm going to draw a little line just to help me. It kind of looks like he has kind of a bigger nose like that. Do you see how I just drew that line right there? That's great. And then on either side, we're going to do 2 little dots, and you want to leave about a finger space between the dots. You don't want them too far apart or too close. Oh, that's so cute, Ruby. Okay, and then we're gonna draw his little arm, and his arm. We have in this story he has a pea coat on. Have you heard of that before? And he has this collar flipped up. So we're gonna draw the collar first by just doing a line like that. Do you see how I just did a line? Oh, that's nice. And then draw another line underneath it so it looks like a flipped, like his collar is sticking up. And then right here we're going to have his shoulder. I'm just doing a big line like that. Nice. And then over on this side right here. And connect it up to his little paw that's holding the heart. That's perfect, Ruby. And then over on this side, we're going to do this little collar. It's just going to be, see how I made a little curvy shape right here? That is great. Okay. Okay. I'm going to make his jacket just a tiny bit longer because I want to do 2 little buttons, a little circle here and a little circle here. Okay. So we want to make it look like he's holding the heart. So what do you think we should do about that? Should we give him hands? So why don't you make his little hands go a little bit longer, like right there? Or you can make your heart bigger. What do you think? Why don't you make his hands a little bigger? That's a good solution. Okay, go ahead and do that. That's perfect, Ruby. Nice. Okay, good job. So now we're going to take the Sharpie and we're going to draw his eyes. And I'm just going to do a little tiny oval like that. And a little tiny oval like that. Oh, that looks so good. And then you can do his little nose like that. Oh, that's perfect, Ruby. Okay, and then I'm going to give him little tiny eyelashes by just doing one little line like that. So it looks like his eyes are open and he's looking at you. And then I'm also going to give him little eyebrows right here. Oh, Ruby, that's so cute. Okay, so now we're going to take our light brown right here. We're going to start to fill in a little bit more detail because mine looks a little scribbly still, huh? Okay, so I'm going to take the light brown and I'm going to make sure that I have the top of his head where I want it. And then right here, I'm just making this line a little bit darker. So go ahead and take your brown crayon, your light brown crayon, and then make the line around his head where you want it. Very nice, Rubes. And then do it on the other side right here. Nice. Okay, and then for his ears, let's take the dark brown now. And we want to make it look like his ears kind of folded over. So I have the dark brown and I'm just doing a line like that. And then a line like that.
His ears?
Inside his ears, exactly. That's great, hun. And then another one right here. And then we can take the pink and do some pink inside those lines. And we can can do a little bit of pink right on his nose too. Oh, that's so good. Okay, now we're going to take this dark, we're going to take the black. We're going to take the black and we're going to do around his collar. And see how I went right up to the heart? Yeah, we're just going to make that line again in black. Very cute. And another one right here. Very nice. And then, do you see his little paws right here?
Mm-hmm.
I want you to make it look like he has his little bunny paws right there. See how I did like a little line and a line and a line? It's 4 lines right there. Did you see how I did that? That's so good. And then right here too. And then right here, we're going to do the cuff of his jacket by just going like that. Does that make sense? And then the same right here. So can you add on another line so that it looks like the cuff? Oh, that's perfect. And then do you see how, do you know what might help us visualize this better if we finish our heart first? So take the dark red. Yeah, there you go. And I'm going to just color the heart in. That's so good. And then I'm going to make his arm right here so it looks like it went around, like it's behind the heart. With the black, yeah. Nice, Ruby, that's perfect. Exactly. The same thing on the other side. And then you can make it come down for the bottom of his coat too. And then you can make a little line right here because the peacoats usually fasten up on one side. So you can make a little line right there. And then do circles for the buttons on the bottom. Like right there and right there. Very cute, hon. And then do a line at the bottom too. Okay, so now we're going to color in his coat. We're going to use 2 colors for that. So first we're going to do black. And we're not going to do it super dark. I'm going to leave my buttons. I'm not going to color the buttons in. That's perfect, Ruby. Oh, that looks so good, hon. Nice. You can do up on his collar too, if you want. And now we're going to take our blue and we're going to color on top of it. So then it kind of looks like a navy blue coat. Cute, huh? What color is your coat? You have a cute pink sweater on.
Thank you.
That looks so good, Ruby. Okay, then we're going to take the pink and we're going to kind of layer it on top of the red. And we are getting really close to done.
Going for red.
Yeah, right on top. That's perfect, babe.
The heart?
Mm-hmm. Right on top of the heart. Exactly. Okay, so now we're going to take the light brown again. And we're going to color in at the very top of his ears. And see how I kind of blended into the pink? Very cute, sweetheart. And then I'm going to take this brown, this is the dark brown, and I'm going to go a little bit over on top of the pink on top of his nose and see how I kind of blended it so that it gets a little bit lighter. And then we're going to leave under his little chin, we're going to leave that white, but we can take this brown and color his face, except for under his chin. And I'm going to leave a little bit of white if I can. It's hard to be super precise. Right above his eye. Oh, I just broke my crayon. Still works. Good job leaving the white space right there. If you want to leave white spaces other places, you can too. And then I'm going to color his little paw in down here. Oh, that looks great, Ruby. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, I'm going to make his buttons look golden, so I'm going to take a little bit of orange at the very bottom. See how I didn't color them all the way in golden? Or with the orange, yeah, exactly. And then I'm going to color it in. And I'm leaving a little bit of white so it looks shiny.
Yellow?
Mm-hmm. Ruby, that is very cute. Okay, do you think he needs anything else? It looks pretty good to you? Okay, so then I want you to take a pencil and sign it with a pencil and not with a crayon because it looks a little bit neater. You can sign it right on the bottom and then you can write 2020 or the date, whatever the date is.
Is it?
That's a good question. It is the 21st. Okay, so there you have it. Two adorable rabbits that look different because they are by two different artists. I think yours is awesome. Thanks, you guys. Do you want to say thanks?
Thanks.